Here is a country that has managed to cause concern, even for the United States, the bait of their most powerful and influential nation on earth. In almost every sphere, including industry, technology, manufacturing, global politics, and influence, this nation is running neck and neck with America. Perhaps in just a few short years, we may witness this very country, rather than the United States, occupying the position of global hegemon. Yet, remarkably, just 47 years ago, this was an agrarian nation. Once a land of impoverished farmers, it now stands tall with its head held high on the global stage, having secured a place at or near the very top of almost every field. But how? Let us delve into the story of China. Let us discover what kind of country China is. From which nation did it gain its independence? And how is it managing to surpass the United States? What astonishing features does this country possess that remain unknown to us? Following Russia, the largest nation on the Asian continent, China stands as the second largest country in Asia. Although, in certain contexts, Russia is often classified as a European nation. In any case, China's constitutional name is the People's Republic of China, or, simply put, the PRC. It covers a total area of 9,596,961 square kilometers. Regarding sheer land mass, there exists some confusion and disagreement as to which is larger, the United States or China. Consequently, in terms of size, it ranks as either the third or fourth largest nation in the world. According to data from Worldometers as of 2025, the country's population stands at approximately 1,416,694. In terms of population, it is the second largest nation globally, following India. Despite possessing such a massive population, the country does not suffer from an excessively high population density. On average, only 151 people inhabit each square kilometer. To put it concisely, 17.2% of the entire human population resides within China. In other words, if the entire global population were to be divided into small groups of 6 people each, every single group would invariably include one Chinese person. The primary language spoken in China is Mandarin. However, more than 300 distinct languages and dialects are spoken throughout the country. The nation possesses certain features that are truly astonishing, such as the Great Wall of China, which stands as the largest man-made architectural structure on Earth. The height of this wall ranges from approximately 5 to 8 meters, and its length is 21,196 kilometers, distance significantly greater than the diameter of the Earth. Paper, gunpowder, the compass, and printing technology were first invented in China. Innovations that transformed the entire world. Except for a very small number of people, almost everyone in China uses chopsticks to eat every day. The practice of eating this way is more than 4,000 years old. Every year, about 80 billion pairs of disposable or one-time use chopsticks are used in China. About 20 million trees have to be cut down to make them, which has a huge negative impact on the environment. Therefore, the use of metal, plastic, or ceramic chopsticks is increasing recently. 70 million tons of meat are eaten in China every year. China is the country that eats the most meat in the world. In some villages of the country, people still live inside caves, especially in Shanghai province. The country has about 5,000 rivers. An important river in China is the SHANGHAI River, or Yellow River, which is called the Sorrow of China. Because the SHANGHAI River has caused many terrible floods in history, especially the flood of 1931 was one of the worst in history, in which about 2 to 4 million people lost their lives. The highest railway line in the world is the Qinghai-Tibet Railway, which is located in China. The fastest train in the world is the Shanghai Maglev train. Its speed is 430 kilometers per hour. The country has the 3 gorges dams. It is the largest power plant in the world in terms of installed capacity. Its installed capacity is 22,500 megawatts. A bridge can be seen in China called the Danyang Kunshan Grand Bridge. This is the longest bridge in the world. The largest number of skyscrapers in the world can be seen in China. However, many large modern cities or residential areas have been built in China where very few people live, or in many cases, they can be called deserted. So today, they are left as ghost towns without people, which are called ghost towns. In China, more than 200 million people are monitored in front of hidden cameras. This is the largest surveillance system in the world. Currently, many schools in China use face scanning to take attendance. Some of the foods in the country are very strange, which you may not even imagine. For example, snakes, scorpions, various types of jungle animals, and even live octopuses are eaten here. A huge army of thousands of life-size burnt field soldiers, horses and chariots were found at the tomb of the first Chinese emperor, Filsi Huang. Each of them has a different facial expression. China is a mountainous country. 2/3 of its territory consists of mountains, small hills, plateaus, and deserts. The country has 14 neighboring countries. The countries are North Korea, Russia, Mongolia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Laos, and Vietnam. Russia is one of the 2 countries that has the largest number of land borders in the world, or 14 countries. The length of China's land border is about 22,800 kilometers. The walking speed of a healthy and adult person is usually 4.8 to 6.4 kilometers per hour. Let's say a person walks at a speed of 5 kilometers per hour. If this person rests for 12 hours a day and walks continuously, for the remaining 12 hours, it will take him 380 days to cross this land border of China. One of the main and environmental problems of China is its deserts. In particular, the continuous expansion of the Gobi Desert is a headache for China. In addition, the climate of most parts of the country is very suitable for agriculture. The country is the world's largest producer of rice, wheat, tomatoes, eggplant, grapes, watermelon, spinach, and many other crops. The most influential model country in the world today is the United States. The country has been influencing all countries of the world in various sectors for decades. However, the way China is making rapid progress in the economy, technology, and production sectors, the United States is undoubtedly worried and cautious. Not only is the United States worried, but America sees it as the biggest geopolitical and economic challenge of the 21st century. China is currently the largest manufacturing country in the world. Known as the factory of the world, this country produces trillions of dollars of goods every year. Many countries, including the United States, rely heavily on China for everything from electronics to clothing, toys, and even essential goods like medicine. Most of the world's electronics, garments, automobile parts are made in China. Many U.S. companies are still heavily dependent on China, such as Apple, Tesla, etc. This shows that the U.S. is largely controlling the supply of goods on China. The risks of this over-reliance were clearly highlighted during the COVID-19 pandemic. China's Buyer Project has built a huge infrastructure across Asia, Africa, and Europe, which is increasing China's political and economic influence in different parts of the world. The country is also a trading partner of Brazil, Chile, Peru, Uruguay, Argentina, and many other major countries. China has diplomatic relations with 176 UN states and has embassies in 174 countries. As of 2024, China has one of the largest diplomatic networks of any country in the world. Many analysts believe that China may surpass the US in terms of economy by 2030. If we pay close attention, we can see how China is catching up with the Western world. OpenAI's ChatGPT represents Western AI. In response, China has created DeepSeek, Arnabot, SenseTime, etc., which aim to create powerful AI in their own language and thoughts. Currently, China's Huawei is leading the world in 5G technology. The United States has banned this Huawei, citing security risks and the possibility of stealing confidential information. Currently, some or all Huawei products are banned in Australia, Canada, Sweden, the United Kingdom, and the United States. This directly proves that the United States is afraid of losing technological dominance. China has also created its own GPS. Its name is Baidu. The Chinese government has introduced a strict internet censorship called the Great Firewall of China. Due to this firewall, many Western sites and apps cannot be used here, such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, currently X, Instagram, Google, etc., cannot be used in China. The Chinese have created alternatives to almost everything in the Western world. This has greatly reduced their level of dependence on others. For example, instead of YouTube, they have created Bilibili Tencent Video. Baidu was created instead of Google. WeChat was created instead of Facebook. Weibo was created instead of Twitter or X. WeChat was created instead of WhatsApp, which is very popular in China. China has 5 autonomous regions: Guangxi, Inner Mongolia, Ningxia, Xinjiang, and Xinjiang. China is the first country to successfully land a spacecraft on the dark or far side of the moon. The country has created an artificial moon and an artificial sun. China often gifts or lends pandas to other countries as a symbol of friendship, which is known as panda diplomacy. Giant pandas are only found naturally in China. From 1979 to 2015, China had a one-child policy. This was later changed to a two-child policy. Due to the long-standing one-child policy and the social preference for sons, there are several million more men in China than women. Domestic car production is higher than any other country in the world. According to 2023 data, the country produced 31,609,066 cars that year. China was not a colony of any foreign power. Therefore, it did not gain direct independence from any other country. It is an ancient civilization that has been ruled by its own dynasties and regimes for thousands of years. Chinese civilization is about 5,000 years old. It is one of the oldest continuous civilizations in the world. The Chinese army is the largest army in the world. The People's Liberation Army. It has an estimated 2 million or more active members, which is more than any other country in the world. In addition, there are about 100,000 in reserve. China is a recognized nuclear weapons state. China has the third largest nuclear weapons stockpile in the world and the second largest navy in the world. More than 1 billion people in this country use smartphones. The country's currency is called the renminbi. The people of the country commonly call the currency Chinese yuan. Recently, the people of China have greatly reduced the use of cash. Mobile payments, especially Alipay and WeChat, are quite popular in China, which is not even in many Western countries. There are many products and companies in China that are now not limited to China, which are popular and known in almost every country in the world. Chinese products and companies are so influential worldwide today that you definitely use some Chinese products every day, even if you don't know it, such as Alibaba, Xiaomi, OnePlus, Realme, Lenovo, DJ, Tencent, Haier, and many more. If you consider from now on, you will see that most of the things you use in your home, office, agricultural machinery, or in your daily life are made in China. The surprising thing is that the country was a poor agricultural country just 47 years ago, but how did they get to this position in less than 50 years? China was originally a poor agricultural communist economy until 1978. At that time, the country's economy was centrally controlled, where there was no opportunity for private ownership, and the farmers were very poor. In 1978, a leader named Deng Xiaoping started the Economic Organization of China. In that year, he launched the Reform and Opening Up policy. He allowed private ownership, launched a market-oriented economy, accepted foreign investment, and developed export-oriented industries. After that, China quickly moved towards economic development. However, the human rights situation in China has not received good reports from foreign governments, foreign news agencies, and non-governmental organizations. It has been alleged that widespread civil rights violations such as detention without trial, forced confessions, torture, restrictions on fundamental rights, and the death penalty have been used excessively. According to the World Happiness Report 2025, the country ranks 68th in terms of peace. China has several close or friendly countries that are politically, economically, and diplomatically aligned with China. Such countries include Russia, Pakistan, Iran, North Korea, Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia, and countries in the Middle East. China also has rival countries, notably the United States, India, Japan, Canada, Australia, and the Philippines. If you like the report, please share it.